Adisa is 6'4" and 5/8 inches, 247 pounds with 34-inch arms. Adisa is going to be a sandbacker with the Ravens. At least that's my sense. We'll start with some plays versus Maryland. Adisa is out wide. Something you notice pretty immediately about Adisa is his quickness and his change of direction skills. You'll see that here. He slow plays off the line, straight up, jab step outside. You see the tackle react to that. And we see that short area quickness to beat the tackle inside. As a pass rusher, Adisa shows the ability to disengage or get off a tackle's block. We see him out wide. He is going to threaten the outside shoulder, drop his weight. He does have pop in his hands. Watch him fully lock out his arms here and disengage, shed the tackle, and make the sack. I would wager Chuck Smith sees this as a very desirable trait. That is the ability as a pass rusher to disengage, and Adisa can certainly do that. Adisa is lined up inside on third down, standing over the center. Off the ball, he's going to work towards the right guard, drop his weight. I mentioned he's got power in his hands. Adisa is consistent in running his legs. I really like his bull rush. See him drop his pads, run his legs, collapse the pocket, driving this right guard back into the quarterback's lap. I'd like to take a second and compare Adisa with Tyus Bowser. As I mentioned, I expect Adisa will play Sam for the Ravens, and I don't think it's too far-flung to look at him as a sort of Tyus Bowser replacement. Tyus was ahead of him in terms of man coverage coming out. He was pretty rare in that regard. But coming out, I would consider Adisa a better pass rusher than Tyus, with more upside as a pass rusher. Penn State would drop him into coverage 2 or 3 times a game, giving him flat responsibilities or asking him to cover hook slant. We'll get a look at him dropping into coverage, hand in the dirt. He does play with effort and with some abandon, I would say. We see him again as the strong side end. A little bit of a slow play off the ball. Drives his hands into the chest of the tackle, attacks his outside arm, throws it away. You can see the tackle's off balance. Continues to run his legs. You can see his eyes finding the quarterback. Long arms the tackle. Sheds. Good pursuit, good effort, and helps to sack the quarterback. We see again here his ability as a pass rusher to get off blocks, to disengage. He is violent, taking on blocks. We'll see the left guard pulled around to kick him out. He's going to attack that block, changing the line of scrimmage, driving him into this H-back, getting outside, forcing the back to cut it back inside where his help is. Just a really nice play versus the run. Adisa's short area quickness and his closing burst make him very effective as the follow on twists. Again, as the strong side end with his hand in the dirt. Tight end's going to move to block him, plays with good pads, shoots his hands into the chest of the tight end. He's able to change the line of scrimmage, find the ball carrier, get off the block, and get in on this tackle. Adisa's at the bottom of our screen. The tight end is going to check him and then release. Check out the closing speed, but more specifically, he's not just trying to light the quarterback up. Watch his outside arm, how he attempts to get this football out as he hits the quarterback. Adisa is going to go unblocked here. He is a sure tackler and a big hitter. Adisa appears a little slower, pursuing to the edge. He does not have that sort of athleticism that Odafe Owe does, that ability to surf down the line as the man being read. and the speed to chase down a run outside. Part of the approach with the Penn State defense is to disrupt, shoot gaps, be violent, penetrate, get into the backfield. As an outside backer with the Ravens, there will be much more required of him in terms of him being a reader, in terms of play recognition. You get a sense of the abandon that he plays with as he shoots this gap, changes the line of scrimmage, gets into the pulling H-back or tight end here, forces the back to cut this back inside. We'll see again, very good pop in his hands, able to drive the tackle back. You do want to see him do a better job here, recognizing the ball's been given to the back while he's engaged. You do see his eyes in the backfield, but he does continue to run through the tackle, apparently unaware that the back is inside of him. He certainly has some tools and some upside as a pass rusher, but he does need to develop counters and add to his pass rush moves. That's where Chuck Smith comes in. He may be asked to put on some weight. It'll take him a little bit to get used to the defense, but Adisa has a ton of potential, and I think he might surprise people.